I would like to introduce to you the Adult Basic Education graduating class of 2014. Will you please rise while Kevin Newby leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please welcome Sarah Nelson, a 2014 BCC graduate, as she sings the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening. Good evening. My name is Bernadette Driscoll. As Dean of Adult Basic Education, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 29th Annual Basic Adult Education Graduation. We ask that you please shut off all cell phones. At this time, let me take the opportunity to introduce you to some very important guests who have come here tonight to congratulate you on your accomplishments. Dr. John J. Sprague. Mayor William Flanagan. Sally Cameron, Vice President of College Communications. David Feeney, Executive Vice President. Dr. Rhonda Gabovich, Vice President of Institutional Research, Planning, and Assessment. She just became a doctor on Friday. Nine long years. Kathleen Torpy Garganta, Associate Vice President of Enrollment Services. Steve Kenyon, Vice President of Administration and Finance. Elizabeth McCarthy, Vice President of Resource Development. Joan Menard, Vice President of Workforce Development, Lifelong Learning, Grant Development, External Affairs. Steve Olzek, Vice President of Student Services and Enrollment Management. Joanne Pelletier, Vice President of Information Technology Services. Greg Satharis, Vice President of Academic Affairs. Deborah Kennedy, Board of Trustees. Christopher Mitchell, Board of Trustees. And Diane Sylvia, Board of Trustees. I also would like to recognize your directors. Many of you have gone to programs in Attleboro, Taunton, Fall River, and Dislocated Workers Program, Workplace Literacy. So first, I'd like to introduce Eileen Cruz, Director of the Fall River Program. Kathleen D. Simone, Director of the Attleboro Program. Carmen Botello, Director of the Taunton Adult Basic Ed Program. And Ada Snow, Director of Workplace Literacy. I would also like to recognize our American Sign Language individuals, Denise Chagnon and Elizabeth Nadolski. Also in attendance tonight to congratulate you on your accomplishment is Carol Fiola, the state rep of the 6th Bristol District. Carol? This year has been a year of change. July to December, Bristol Community College reached a record high of graduates, 415. Record high. The GED of the past was replaced by the HiSET, which is now the high school equivalency test. That was replaced by that test in January of 2014. During that transition period, statewide testing was suspended. Despite the suspension, the record number of adult education students achieving their high school equivalency over the past year represents a remarkable victory for adult education. For all that you have accomplished, you did not travel alone. It is only through the support of others that accompanied you on your journey that you have been able to come to this day. There are so many people proud of you tonight. Your parents, your family, the faculty, if you could stand. Faculty. Tutors and friends. They all share in your achievement. Also, we would like to extend our thanks to the partners and benefactors listed on the back of your program. It is an honor to be here tonight with you to celebrate your great achievement. Today is not the end of the road of your educational journey, but just the beginning for great things to happen. Some of you received your GED a year ago, some 6 months ago, some a couple of weeks ago. You have seen that obtaining your diploma has opened up doors for you and has enabled you to accomplish great things. Earning your diploma has broken down barriers and empowered you to take the next step in your journey. I'd like to point out something to everybody that's worth noting. There are so many things in our lives that can be taken away from us. There is only one thing that can't be, and that is education. Some of you are here today because you lost your job. You thought you'd be in your job forever, but it was taken away. So remember, this diploma that you get tonight is yours forever, and no one can ever take it away. So congratulations. You have come back to school to make a new and improved plan for your life, one that is rich with opportunities that await the educated person that you have become. Be proud of your accomplishment and be hopeful for your future. You have persevered, worked hard, and most importantly, believed in yourself. You can go anywhere. You have already proven to yourself that you can overcome challenges, that you can accomplish great things. That should not end with this ceremony. If you persist, promise to keep going forward, if you continue to challenge yourself, you will make things happen. What does the future hold for you? You decide. You are no longer a passenger, you are a driver. Don't miss these opportunities, take the chances, and go after your dreams. At this time, I would like to introduce Dr. John Sprague, the third president of Bristol Community College. Dr. Sprague is a well-known supporter of adult basic education. He encourages his staff to put the needs of the learners first. Please welcome Dr. Sprague.
Thank you, Dean Driscoll, and welcome everyone. What a great occasion this is. I'm going to take very few minutes. I want to get to the right why we're here tonight, not to hear me. But I did want to address my remarks to the graduates and say not only congratulations, but the importance of moving forward in education. In this day and age, it's a very complex world we live in, and it's going to be absolutely necessary to have higher education credentials to get entry-level jobs. By 2020, not that far away anymore, over 70% of the positions will require some higher education credential. So I want to advise you and urge you to move forward in education. Right outside the door after you receive your degree, we have Dean Shiloh Hendricks and our admissions staff ready to sign you up. And we're going to waive the application fee. You tell them Jack sent you, and there will be no application fee for you. But but I did want to say how courageous you have been in moving through this program. If you think back to the very first day that you even heard about such a program and didn't know anything about it and really probably had no interest in pursuing it until someone talked you into going. So if you remember that very first day, that was a very difficult decision, and that was something that I always call heroic. You made a heroic decision. You could have done nothing and stayed where you were, but look what you've done, and look how far you've come already. I'm sure that some of you had doubts, grave doubts about whether or not you would succeed, but you came, and you came through all of the rigorous coursework that you had in front of you. I want to thank our faculty and staff. They're dedicated. They're dedicated to your success. Your success means our success, and I know you appreciate all that they did for you. And the last point I want to make for you is, second last point, is that you have served as a role model for the family and friends. There are little ones here who will never forget this night. And many of you are probably the first in your family to get to this level in education. And I hope that you have broken the pattern in your family, the cycle, and that you will be a model for others in your family and friends and neighbors to continue their education. I can't stress how important that is. And then the last thing I wanted to say is also stressing the importance of your furthering your education. We're always here to help you. You're a member of our BCC family, and this is an age of lifelong learning. So we have PhDs and master's degree and baccalaureate people coming back to renew their skills and revitalize themselves. And that's what our offer is to you. Please don't stop here, as important as it is. You've already gone through the hardest part. The first day that you decided to do it and the classes that you continued to do, that's the hardest part. The rest are just more of the same, and you already have been through that. So please, please, please consider furthering your progress in academics, and you'll never regret that decision. So again, I want to say congratulations, keep up the great work, and it's my honor to host you at this event for Bristol Community College. Thank you very much. And now it's my honor to introduce to you another champion of education, someone who has been very supportive not only of BCC, which we're very grateful for, but all of education. And he has been a stalwart leader in the city and in the region for all matters pertaining to education, trying to get more money where there was no money and moving the state forward to support his great efforts. And so it's my honor to introduce to you the mayor of the city of Fall River, Mayor Will Flanagan.
Good evening, everyone. It's inspiring to be here with you this evening. You know, throughout the month of June, I'll have the opportunity to attend all various types of graduation ceremonies, from preschools to elementary schools to middle schools to the high schools to private to parochial to the community college. But one of the graduations that I look the most forward to going to is this adult basic education graduation, because all of you here this evening are not here by accident. You actually made a decision. You made the decision to show up and to become a part of something. And for many of you, you didn't take no for an answer. And later on this evening, we'll hear from various different people and the journeys that they took to get them here. You know, looking in the program, we see Kevin and Brian and Jenna and Aaliyah and Jonathan. And I'm sure once we listen to their story, it's going to be no different than any one of yours here this evening. You have all overcome some type of adversity. You've all overcome some type of a setback. You all overcame what you needed to overcome in order to be here. And whatever fears you may have had in being here, especially on that first day, you were able to overcome them. And really, if you think about it, fear is nothing more than just a state of mind, nothing more. And once you're able to overcome that fear, once you're able to conquer it, there's really nothing holding you back anymore. And I truly believe this when I say, for tonight's graduates, the sky is the limit for each and every single one of you, and I encourage you not to stop here. This is the first chapter, and hopefully many chapters, of a successful life for you and for your families and for your loved ones. And I encourage all of you, take President Sprague serious on his opportunity he's offered all of you this evening. Enjoy the moment, celebrate, be proud of yourselves, and I'm proud of all of you, but don't stop here. Sign up for that course here at Bristol Community College. And Bristol Community College is second to none when it comes to providing an education to its students. Now, I was here last weekend, and over 1,500 graduates were able to receive their degree. And when I look at the economy, both locally, regionally, and globally, your education is so important. It's so important that you have that foundation, that background, to be able to continue to allow you to improve your quality of life. As someone who came from very humble beginnings, I believe that one of the things that has allowed me to achieve what I have achieved is because having a solid education. Education is power. It's the key to success. I believe in all those cliches we've heard time and time again. And we all make decisions in life. A lot of the times we make good decisions. Sometimes we make decisions we wish we can take back and do over again. But sometimes the things we regret the most are the decisions we never made, what we procrastinated, what we put off for another day to do. Because sometimes you don't get a second chance to relive things or to redo things. So don't stop here. Congratulations to each and every single one of you. This is one of the events that I always look forward to coming to each and every single year, and I couldn't be more prouder than all of you than I am right now. Congratulations, class. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Flanagan. Now I would like to introduce Kevin Newby, our keynote speaker. Kevin is a student veteran who excels at public speaking and advocacy. A general studies and paralegal major, he has served as Bristol Community College's student ambassador. Kevin has the heart and mind of an entrepreneur. He is currently fostering a plan to develop greenhouse ships, floating organic farms, to help bring fresh produce to the world's hungry. This year, Kevin was the recipient of 29 Who Shine. This is an award presented annually by Department of Higher Ed to honor a representative from each of the 29 public colleges and universities to demonstrate the talent of those graduating from public system. Whether he is leading scorer on the BCC men's basketball team or surviving life's challenges, Kevin has persevered and earned Dean's List every semester while at BCC. He will continue his studies at UMass Dartmouth. Please welcome Kevin Newby.
To all the graduates, first I want to say give yourselves a round of applause. I want you to look to your left and right, to each other, everybody that's graduating with you, and say congratulations. We all have something in common this year, and that is we graduated. I was homeless. I'm a Phi Theta Kappa member. I am a college basketball state champion. I am in the food stamp program. I got a C+ in fundamental statistics. I'm a college graduate. My purpose is not to boast to you, but to let you know that some days are less bright than others, and in the fog of despair, look for the lighthouse of wisdom to guide you through. In our society, esteem is sometimes underestimated. For some of you, this triumph is part of your fast track to success, and for some, a novel accomplishment. In my future profession, you are special. I want to be a civil human rights advocate, and this is the basis of human rights, a decent education. In history, not having a high school education was okay because a lot of jobs were hands-on and less technical. Immigrants could easily matriculate into our society. Today, if you do not have a high school diploma or equivalent, you will not survive in the job market. I wish I could say that this would be the last class that had to get their high school equivalent certification this way, but you won't be the last. I wish I could say that jobs will come to you all easier, but it won't. Now you'll be competing with people that have college degrees and years of experience. Don't be discouraged, because finding the right person for the job is like finding the right puzzle piece for a 200-piece puzzle. There's more to the job market than a degree or experience. Life is tough enough, and for me to lecture you on the long road is not the theme of the night. Life is about success, and tonight you all manifest that culture. To be honest, there is not much I can say to you tonight because I would rather you bask in this achievement. Tonight, you have climbed that mountain of obstacles and captured the flag. All of you should smile and pat yourself on your back. My advice to you is don't stop here. Try to go to college. Try to join the military. Try to be an entrepreneur. Try to set another goal for yourself that will be better than this goal. Congratulations again, and thank you.
Now we will have our student speakers. First, I want to introduce you to Brian Sanchez. He is a resident of Fall River and a husband and father of 2. He attended the BCC Dislocated Workers Program and was able to complete his GED in 5 short months. Since that time, Brian has obtained his CDL, and he now enjoys driving across country for Trans Am Trucking Company. Please welcome Brian.
Thank you, Bernadette. I want to thank everyone for being here for this special occasion tonight. I would like to share my journey with you and talk about how I got where I am today. First, I would like to thank God, my wife and kids, my mom, and my family for being there for me and believing in me, especially my wife, who was by my side through thick and thin. I would also like to thank Ada Snow and my teacher, Lynn Nichols. My journey was not an easy one. I dropped out of school when I was 17. Looking back, was the biggest mistake I could ever make. I started hanging out with the wrong crowd, getting into trouble, putting my mom in a position where no mother should be in. But I was young and immature. I didn't want to listen to anyone. As I was doing what I was doing, I thought I wasn't hurting anyone. But I was hurting my family, and I couldn't see that until one day it caught up with me. I was arrested and incarcerated for a year. During this time, I opened my eyes and realized this is not the life for me. I needed to better my life. I stopped doing what I was doing. I got married to my beautiful wife. I wanted to show my kids that education does matter and that you needed to work hard in life because you can do anything you put your mind to. So I decided to go back to school to get my GED. I took classes through the Dislocated Workers Program. They gave me a chance when a lot of people wouldn't. They believed in me, and I was able to get my GED in 5 months. I just wanted to say no matter what, how tough life can be, and no matter how many curveballs life throws at you, as long as you stay strong and believe in yourself, you can be anything you want to be. That's what I want my children to know. I'm living proof of someone who can change their life around. I went from not caring about life and doing bad things to being a husband and a father to my wonderful kids. Thank you again, everyone, for believing in me.
Next, we have Jenna Pitsley. Jenna is a lifelong resident of Taunton and a graduate of the Taunton Public Schools Bristol Community College Adult Education Partnership. Jenna left school in the 10th grade after experiencing ongoing academic struggles and feeling that she wasn't getting the help that she needed. Years later, winning the fight against ovarian cancer brought her back to the classroom. A proud survivor, Jenna wanted to continue creating a life she designed for herself. She earned her GED this past fall and is currently working towards her auto appraiser's license. Please welcome Jenna.
Good evening, President, Vice President, Deans, faculty, guests, and class of 2014. Congratulations to all the graduates and your families for overcoming this amazing challenges and reaching this milestone in your life. I quit school because I couldn't comprehend what I was being taught. I didn't think school was all that necessary because my father had no high school diploma and he seemed to be providing for our family just fine. Like him, I enjoyed working hands-on and thought I would have no problem landing a good job like he did. When I went looking for jobs, I found out this was so not true. In this day and age, you need a high school diploma or a GED to get a job, never mind a decent one. Family members pushed me to go back to school, but it was a decision I needed to make for myself. 4 years after I left high school, I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. I was thinking about my future and where I was going. It was not the path I was hoping to be on. Sitting in the hospital during the last cycle of my chemotherapy, I decided that if I could beat cancer, I might just be able to get my GED. I was on the waiting list for a long time, and it was a hard wait. I hadn't wanted this before, but I wanted it now probably more than ever. When I finally got in, I overcame my fears. To make the most of it, I learned that I needed to read out loud to understand what I was reading, but this does not work in the middle of class when other people are trying to concentrate. But my biggest struggle was math. I believe the thing that got me through this struggle was my tutor, Stacy Black. She understood where I was coming from, and I couldn't have done it without her. Even though I struggled through a school, I stuck through it, and I'm heading on my journey to the right place I want to be. I wanted to do it for myself, and I am now where I need to be to have an easier life and reach my goal of becoming a car insurance appraiser. So you are never too young to set your mind to do something and set forth in your goal and accomplish what you want. I started at the age of 26, and I'm heading in the right direction. I will attend my 3rd class tomorrow for the beginning appraisal course at Assabet after dark, and I can't wait to see what my future holds. I hope all of you will also soon be heading down your own road of happiness and take pride in all your accomplishments. Thank you.
Next, I would like to introduce Aaliyah. Aaliyah came to the United States from Lebanon. She lives in Attleboro with her husband and 2 children. She attended the Adult Basic Education program and received her high school equivalency in the fall of 2013. Aaliyah is now enrolled at BCC, where she has an A average. When she completes the program at BCC, she hopes to transfer to Northeastern University to study pharmacy. Please welcome Aaliyah.
Good evening to my fellow students, to my teacher, to the staff, and to all the families that are present here tonight. It is an incredible honor to be the speaker at my GED graduation. At this point in time, my greatest accomplishment was obtaining my GED and becoming a college student. I am a Lebanese woman, therefore, English is not my first language. I needed to learn English so I could communicate with people better. I started my journey in 2011 with my tutor, Marty, who treated me as her own daughter and helped me catch the first steps of the English language. In the meanwhile, I figured out that I had the chance to go back to school to accomplish something in my life since I dropped out when I was in middle school and I got married at age of 19. Time passed and I realized that it was a huge mistake not to finish school. Unfortunately, in my country, I did not receive another chance of coming back to school to finish my education due to my age. I was too old, these were the rules, and I had to accept them. On the other hand, coming to the US and knowing that I would not be judged by anyone if I decided to go back to school was like winning $1 million ticket. It was my wide open door of opportunities, and I had to take advantage of it. After spending a year or so with my tutor, she suggested that I should start taking GED classes and get ready for the test. That is how I got enrolled in the ABE program at BCC in Attleboro in March of 2013. At the beginning, I was so nervous because I knew that it was going to be very challenging, especially that English was not my first language, and I had to compete with students, many of whom were native English speakers. I believe that setting a goal is the #1 tool of success. I had a couple goals in my mind. My first goal was to become an independent woman who does not need to rely on her dad's financial support anymore. My second goal is that I did not want to end up with a job that pays a minimum wage and seeing myself not going anywhere with my life. My last goal is to be a role model for my kids by showing them how important education is so they stay engaged in school and never quit like I did so they can achieve a better life. Also, I needed to prove to others and to myself that I can succeed and accomplish anything I set my mind on once I made a decision. I wanted to make sure that my past circumstances and my age did not define me. I was blessed that I got accepted as a part of the ABE program. I have met so many incredible, dedicated teachers who really care about each and every one of us reaching our dreams. Also, I have met so many peers that they are like me, looking for a second chance, in which I got encouraged by. My biggest advice to you is that if I can do it, everyone can. Just don't give up on yourself. Like every other person, I had my ups and downs in life. It was never easy to go back to school and to raise 2 children by myself, especially that I share one room with both of them, and most of the time it was too hard for me to concentrate on studying. But I did not give up. I made it through. The school was my happy place. I would leave everything behind my back when I first entered the school door. I just concentrated on the material. Here is one thing I know. To get the best from this life, I like to leave you with a motivational quote by Jim Rohn, who is an international business motivational speaker. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. That is how you accomplish the most. So my plan is to pursue an associate degree at BCC and then transfer to one of the universities that offer my program, which is pharmacy. In closing, I like to express to the ABE program how grateful I am for this precious opportunity that they give me to better my future. And I would like to say thank you for each and every one who put effort into coming to celebrate with us our graduation. Thank you.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you. You never know. Next, we have John Pimento. John is a resident of Fall River who attended the Fall River Adult Basic Education Program and succeeded in earning his GED last fall. He credits all his wonderful teachers of the ABE program for his success. John currently works at Alert Ambulance and hopes to pursue his dream of continuing his education to get a degree in business. Please welcome Jonathan.
Good evening. My name is Jonathan Pimento, and I'd like to welcome you to the Adult Basic Education graduation. If this were a typical high school graduation, my speech might begin with, "This is the beginning of the rest of our lives." But as I look out at our graduation class, I can't help but think that we all have a story. And for some of us, our journey has been filled with adversity. I'd like to share with you my story and how I arrived here today. I was born and raised in Fall River, the son of 2 wonderful, loving, and caring parents who only spoke Portuguese, aside from the occasional small regular at Dunkin' Donuts. School was always a struggle for me. I never liked it, I was lazy, and I never wanted to pay attention to the people who were trying to help me. By the time I got to high school, I didn't want to waste my time sitting in a classroom learning of what I thought would be pointless material, especially since I had a part-time job. With a poor attitude and a misguided priorities, school took a back seat to working. I skipped school every day so that I could either go to work or stay home. Both misguided choices, which ultimately affected my education. I was held back multiple times in high school, causing me to make the decision to drop out at 17. I remember that day like it was yesterday. My father was standing with me as I phoned the Durfee vice principal to inform him that I would no longer be attending Durfee. As soon as I hung up, my father looked me in the eye and told me that if I didn't plan on staying in school, I'd have to get a full-time job as soon as possible. Within 2 weeks, I got a full-time job working at a nursing home in dietary. Working in the nursing home was probably the worst 3 years of my life, earning minimum wage and working harder than I had ever worked. It wasn't exactly the lifestyle I had in mind. Although I continued to work at the nursing home, I thought getting a second job was the answer. I started working as a chair car driver for a light ambulance, which I thought was great. It was almost perfect. I had some money, but no life. So I decided to quit the nursing home and go full-time at Alert, which ultimately put me back at square one. It would take me 3 years to finally realize that without an education, I would never be able to have the life I want. As I thought of getting my GED, I came across the BCC Adult Basic Education Program. I then did something I should have done long ago. I made the phone call and finally took the first step that would lead to the rest of my life. Upon entering the program, I was very hesitant because I have been away from school for so long. Forgetting almost everything I had learned, people made comments about how I never graduated and my lack of intelligence. Once I met the teachers, I was put at ease with their positive attitudes and desire to really help me and propel me towards achieving my goals. The toughest part about going to school was working my full-time job around the school schedule. Sometimes I would arrive late because of traffic or late calls. As time went on, I was surprised at how easily I grasped the material and how good it felt to prove all those people wrong. I feared that I would be lost in the material, let my family down, or let myself down. But through prayer and hard work, I overcame and conquered those fears. My success today would not have been possible without my amazing support system. God, my amazing family, and friends. You were by my side every step of the way. You were there to help me with school, work, deal with stresses of balancing work and school. You pushed me, and I couldn't have done it without you. I'd also like to thank the teachers who believed in me, and each and every one of the graduates. 7 years ago, I would have laughed if you asked me to continue my education. It has taken me a while to get here, and I can hardly believe it myself. But I can tell you that I plan on furthering my education, and today is the first day of the rest of my life. Fellow graduates, no matter what you plan to do in the next step of your life, you all should be proud of how far you've come. We all decided to enter this program and ultimately bettering ourselves and creating a better foundation for our future. We have proven that with hard work, determination, and having faith in ourselves, there's no obstacle we can't overcome. So fellow graduates, give yourselves a round of applause. We did it.
Thank you. Very nice. Well done. Great job. Thank you. Next, we would like to award the Diane McMullen Memorial Scholarship. Diane McMullen was a champion of the adult learner. She was passionate about addressing the needs of all. Through her selfless dedication and pledge to lifelong learning at BCC, I would like to now introduce her daughters, Katie and Lauren, to please come up to the stage to present a scholarship in Diane's honor.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Katie Brandt. This is my sister, Lauren Blanchard, and this is my son, Noah.
We are very proud to attend your graduation with our father to present the Diane M. McMullen Memorial Scholarship in memory of our mother.
When Mom passed away 5 years ago, she was your Dean of Literacy Services. She was an active board member of the Massachusetts Coalition for Adult Education, and she was a tireless advocate for adult learners. Mom was effective at engaging her colleagues here at BCC and leaders within the Fall River community because she was genuine in her commitment and her passion for lifelong learning.
Katie and I remember having many conversations with Mom over the years about the importance of education and knowledge. Mom wasn't encouraging us to simply collect diplomas, but to be passionate about discovering our own interests and continuously learning as a way to improve ourselves, our families, and our communities.
Mom encouraged us to set goals and dream big. She taught us to be tenacious and never give up. This year's scholarship recipient, Virginia Spinoza, was woo! was determined to achieve her goal of earning her high school equivalency, even though it didn't come easily. When I spoke with Virginia over the weekend, she told me that no matter how hard things get, she never gives up, and she keeps going. Virginia, we know that your perseverance will help you achieve any goal you set for yourself.
We are so proud of you, Virginia, and every graduate here today. Today is the culmination of all your hard work. It is the product of all the support that you received from your teachers at BCC who believed in you, and the family members and friends who love you.
We encourage you to take this achievement and use it to fuel your passions and set your goals high. We wish you all the best as you begin a new journey of lifelong learning. Go ahead, say it. It's your word. Say it loud. Ready?
Congratulations!
Do you want to give Virginia the flower?
Now is the moment you've been waiting for, the presentation of awards and certificates. Please try to hold your applause until all graduates have received their certificates. Thank you. Will the graduates of the first row rise? Okay. Will the graduates of the second row rise? And the graduates of the third row rise. We at BCC formally recognize your successful completion of requirements as related to adult basic education. As a sign of your official passage from adult basic education learner to graduate, please transfer your tassel from the right side of the mortarboard to the left side now. Okay, you can take a seat for now. Thank you. I just wanted to really point that out. Okay, at this time, we're going to ask President Sprague to come up and award the certificates. Did he leave? Oh.
Do the speakers first?
It's been a long time since we've done it here, so we're just learning again. Okay, we'd like to recognize the student speakers first. We have Brian Sanchez. Jenna Pitsley. Aaliyah Fagali. And Jonathan Pimentel. I would like to recognize this person with the highest score. Joshua Hayes, could you please come up to the stage? Could the first row stand? You can proceed to the stage.
This is going to be awkward. Mansoura Abdul Majid.
Maria Amaral.
Nicholas Amaral.
James Anderson.
Megan Andrade, honors.
Darrell Arabian, highest honors.
Melissa Aruda.
Newton Barboza.
Jeffrey Bizarro.
Shayna Bonilla.
Tracy Briggs, highest honors.
Nicole Canuel, honors.
Kim Cavallo, honors.
Cologne. Teresa Cologne, honors.
Mara Conti, high honors.
Robert Edelston.
Clifton Gallant, highest honors.
Megan Gibson.
Brandy Gonzalez.
Lance Gordon.
Katie Green.
Juan Guadalupe Baez.
Juliette Goudet, high honors.
Stanley Dale Hampton, honors.
Emmanuel Hernandez.
Julie Ann Hodgkinson.
Stephen Horton, honors.
Rachel Holmes.
Nicole James.
Brandon Jenner.
LaFlame. Tyler LaFlame, highest honors.
Lucy Leet.
Iolanda Lima.
Kayla Mecca Isaac. High honors.
Jonathan Martinez.
Magdalena Mazzullo.
Samantha Mitchell, highest honors.
Crystal Meadows.
John Pereira.
Amanda Rodricks.
Milagros Sanchez.
Nadia Santana, honors.
Carmen Soho.
David Soul III, high honors.
John A. Souza, honors.
Ashley Souza, high honors.
Virginia Spinoza.
Susan Taylor, highest honors.
Beth Theriault.
Priscilla Velez.
Deanna E. Wakefield, highest honors.
Joanne Wilkins.
Corinne Wilcott, high honors.
Alexandria Williams, honors.
Tasman Williams.
sorry? Diane Zioli.
Crystal Salmons.
John Miranda. John Miranda.
Rudy Lopez.
Alexandria Rezendi.
Thank you, Carol Ginsberg and Joe Sylvia, for announcing the names. Let's give the class of 2014 another round of applause. Wow, look at that. Well deserved, well deserved. Okay, I just want to remind you once again, I know President Sprague mentioned it, but we do have members of the Step Up to College program and the admissions program outside in the brick area, and they would like you to stop by and find out more information about the programs we have at BCC. Again, remember, you're a lifelong learner, so it doesn't end here. It doesn't. All right. Okay, congratulations, graduates. I ask that you please remain standing until the recessional is complete and all graduates have left the theater. President Sprague is available for pictures back here up on the stage. I now declare a closing of the proceedings of the 29th Annual Adult Basic Education Program. Thank you and have a wonderful night. Congratulations.